Hello everyone, I'm Jessicat, and today I'm going to be talking about how I played through Season 7 of Minecraft Earth. Let's dive right in. The first challenge is collecting a tappable. That's obviously pretty easy. I grabbed my tappable, and there we were. Next was a series of crafting challenges that I decided to start with. So first I had to craft 8 cookies. That's pretty easy. You can get cocoa beans from tappables, and you can also get wheat seeds from tappables, and then you have to grow the wheat seeds into wheat, I believe, but then you'll have the ingredients to craft cookies. Next I decided to place 2 common passive mobs on a build plate. 2 chickens, there we go, easy as pie. And I did that while the cookies were crafting to save myself some time. Now for this video, since they are finally unlockable, I decided to unlock the 2 crafting slots. You don't need to do this to unlock these challenges, it's just a thing I did to make things go a little faster. I decided to get some bread crafting while the cookies were crafting so I could move immediately on to the next challenge once I crafted the cookies. The key is that the thing just has to finish crafting while you are in the process of doing that challenge. It doesn't have to start crafting then, and this is a fact that I will be using all throughout the video. It's quite useful. And next was crafting 6 bone meal, which is also pretty easy. I decided to get a head start on crafting each type of hoe because some hoes take a very long time to craft. So I crafted the wooden one and the stone one, and then I decided to leave some of the longer crafting hoes just crafting in the background and make sure I come back to that challenge right before they're done crafting. Next is harvesting 3 crops from a build plate. I have a farming build plate and I highly recommend that every Minecraft Earth player have a similar build plate to this. It's quite useful for challenges like these and also for generally collecting resources that are useful for a variety of things. And so I just sat around on this build plate for a little bit, collected anything that popped up, and within just a few seconds I had everything I needed. Next is place an uncommon sheep on a build plate, also pretty easy. There's a rocky sheep, look at it in all its rocky glory. Then my iron hoe crafted, so I made sure I returned to the hoe challenge before picking that up. Next is a series of eating challenges, which are all pretty easy. The only thing to note here is that you have to be in eat mode for the carrot, so if you can't eat your carrots, it's probably because you're in plant mode, not eat mode, so you gotta switch. Then I ate 2 apples and a pumpkin pie, all pretty straightforward. And then it was back to the waiting game for the hose. Now while I waited for the hose to craft, I decided to prepare for other challenges, so I noticed that one of the challenges is craft both types of stew, and for the rabbit stew, I needed a baked potato and a cooked rabbit, neither of which I had. So while I was waiting for the hose to craft, I smelted up a potato and a rabbit so I'd have them for later. I also decided to craft some golden nuggets so that I could easily craft the golden carrot later on. Here I am, finally claiming my hose. That was a really nice feeling. And on to the super prizes. Woohoo! So first to smelt 3 different types of food. Pretty easy. There's a salmon, there's a baked potato, and there's a rabbit. Then there was hatch 2 chickens on a build plate. This is pretty easy. You just need a supply of eggs. If you don't have a supply of eggs, I will show you how to get them later on in this video. And there are 2 chickens. I crafted both types of stew and collected that reward. Then it was place 2 different types of rabbits on a build plate. I find it funny just how massive the jumbo rabbit is. Then smelt 2 raw salmon, pretty easy. If you don't have any salmon, you can get them in some adventures and I think occasionally in tappables. It might take a little while, but you should be able to get there. Then there's a series of adventure challenges, including defeating 2 hostile mobs with shears, defeating 3 passive mobs with fire, and collecting 4 raw pork chops. And there's an important trick you can do here. If you back out of an adventure once you see what's in it, you can easily switch between challenges to complete whichever one the adventure is most relevant to. So I started by the passive mobs, since there were no pigs that spawned in this adventure, but there were normal passive mobs. And that allowed me to get the passive mobs challenge out of the way right away. I just set a few animals on fire, and that is how I got that challenge out of the way with just one adventure. I noticed that one of the challenges was collect 7 eggs, so I decided to prepare for that by setting up a pen for my chickens, and then putting some chickens in, and if you leave them in a build plate for a little while, they will start to lay eggs, so that was just in preparation for that challenge. Then there was have a muddy pig bathe in mud on a build plate. This actually took quite a while because my build plates for some reason were refusing to load in, so all I could see was the pigs, which was very odd, but I just decided to go ahead and try to do it anyway. And I also think the pigs have to be mostly submerged for it to work. As you can see here, the pigs keep making the motion that means they're in mud, but it's not until here, where the pig is mostly submerged, that it actually gets the muddy look. Next, I attempted the defeat 2 hostile mobs with shears challenge, and unfortunately my phone kind of froze here, but I will note that as with the carrots, you do have to switch between modes with the shears in order to hit mobs with them. And I did manage to take out 2 zombies and finish that challenge. And next was defeating 12 hostile mobs with a diamond hoe, which is quite a weird challenge and takes a very long time, and you have to whack a lot of mobs repeatedly. Now I believe you could probably do this by just dealing the final blow with the hoe, but I'm not actually certain of that. So, if you want to try it, go for it, but I did not test that out. I just beat mobs to death with a hoe. And there's that challenge complete. Next, for crafting 2 diamond tools, I decided to get 2 diamond shovels crafting up immediately while I completed the rest of the challenges. I completed the Get Pork Chops from Adventures challenge just by spawning pigs into an adventure and then killing them. You can actually do that and it'll still count. I ate 2 golden carrots in an adventure that had a whole lot of mobs to complete the golden carrot one. And I collected 7 eggs, which, as I mentioned before, you just get from chickens on a build plate. And then finally, there was just crafting 2 diamond tools. Here I am collecting my 2 diamond shovels. And at last, I have finished the challenges. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful in some way. And I hope to see you next time. I will probably be uploading Season 8 as well, and further seasons. So if you want to see more of this, please subscribe, and please like the video if you enjoyed it. Bye!